Well, now this is new. This is. Everybody ready?
Yeah.
Put the intro on. Oops.
Screen here. I can't. All right. Oh, leave it.
I can only see half your head, Noggle.
Really? What if I sit back like this?
There you go.
Cool.
Welcome to Rat Salad Review. Hello, everybody.
Good evening.
Hey, what's up?
Hello.
As you can see, there was 4 people here tonight. Very exciting, isn't it?
Tis.
Oh,
It's different here.
Uh-huh. One of these things is not like the other.
you guys want to introduce yourselves?
Go for it, dude.
Pete.
Which dude are we talking about? Me?
Yeah,
Pete Peters. I'm ready to go. I'm ready when you guys are. I like keep it short and sweet. That's it.
Short and sweet. Yeah, you are short and sweet.
Nice.
Thank you.
I'm John. Call me Uncle Saxon. Worldwide
Yeah.
known, famous. And,
Yes.
famous for doing nothing.
You're gonna bring us the subscribes and all the likes and you know.
I'll do it. I'll hit the road and take this show on the road.
All right, show's yours. I'm off.
Cool.
Bye.
See ya.
And down below, well, actually, I don't know where the hell you are on this thing. Let me see. You are down on the next to John. Is Greg? Welcome back, Greg.
Thank you.
Oh, and that sounds back again.
Yeah, that not my fault.
It's not your fault. Not your fault at all. Well, I guess we'll just have to deal with it.
Yeah. Oh well.
It is what it is. Sorry.
It's okay.
We'll figure it out by next week. But, you know, this week is a trial run because we got some new hosts on the show. And, John, you'll be here for a while, right? You'll be here pretty much every week, right?
Anytime you need me.
All right, cool. And Pete, you'll be like on and off, I guess, or every week or whatever you want to do,
I'm
right?
probably going to be on every week. I mean, I'd probably be able
Oh,
to do that.
shit.
Yeah.
Really? You're really going to be here every week?
I don't know.
Crap.
We'll see how it goes.
All right, cool. That's what I wanted. I always wanted the show to have like 4 people. I don't know, something with just having 4 people. Just, you know, everybody's got their. This is an eclectic group now, I think, because you know, Greg is very. I don't know. He likes what he likes, and you know, John, you like pretty much everything, and Pete likes kind of everything. So.
I don't like Doom.
You don't like Doom?
Don't like Doom.
Shit. Well.
Or New Country.
Well, you don't have to worry about country. No country in this show.
Cool.
But there will be Doom.
I assumed.
Right?
Or this whole episode could be doomed. But anyway. All right. So what do you guys want to talk about? Anything? No? Nothing?
Well,
Hey, you ready?
today is the 32nd anniversary of Killing Technology.
Sweet.
Oh, yeah.
So
Nobody can see
happy
it 'cause it's
birthday
very
to
dark.
that. What's that?
I said it's really dark in there. Nobody can really see that.
Oh well. Either way, Killing Technology, best thrash album ever.
Isn't it an anniversary of the guy from Sabotage, the guitar player?
Chris Oliva, yeah.
Chris
It's his
Oliva,
birthday.
yeah.
Or it would have been his birthday.
Oh, his birthday? Oh, okay.
Oh, that's right. Yes. Chris,
Yeah.
He would have been 56, which he must have died real young.
Yeah.
yeah, he's young. Yeah.
Probably in his, late 20s maybe, I guess? Right?
Yeah, must have been.
What I had to have been.
I don't remember. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
That was the first show I ever saw at First Ave was Sabotage.
Oh, yeah? Where'd you see him?
The first time I was ever at First Avenue, the club here in Minneapolis, famous club.
Right. Yeah.
That was the first band I saw was
Oh,
World
really?
Mail and Sabotage, yeah.
Oh, that's
wow.
nice. That's
Nice.
cool.
I never got to see them. They played here freaking years ago, probably like '95 or something like that, and they played an all acoustic set.
That must have been with Zach then, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of my friends here, they went to go see it, but I didn't go see it. I wasn't into concerts back then, so it was like, it is what it is. But it would have been cool to see because there was probably nobody there, you know.
Right.
I missed a lot of cool stuff. But anyway. All right, well, yeah. All right, well, some news. Was looking up some news earlier today. A lot of Motley Crue news going on, all because of that the Dirt movie.
Yep.
Have you guys seen the Dirt movie yet? I know, Greg, did you not see it yet or no?
I didn't see it.
I saw it.
You saw it? What did you think about it?
There could have been more gratuitous sexual content.
It wasn't enough?
No, not enough.
No, I don't want to see it.
I actually liked it. It was what it was, you know. But it just followed the book completely. So if you read the book,
really?
you've already seen the movie.
Oh, really? Yeah, no, I didn't read the book. There's a lot of things I think they probably could have maybe added or maybe made it a little bit longer in there. I felt like the movie was like really fast.
Yeah.
You know?
It just kept on situation to situation to situation. Yeah.
I see what you did there, Greg. And I guess, Pete, you didn't see it yet, right?
No, I didn't see it. Yeah.
Why are you on the show then? Did you do anything? Did you do any kind of like research?
Yeah, last minute research.
I haven't seen it either, but I did read the book. So.
Oh, well, so then apparently you don't have to see it then.
I figured as much. I already have Prime and all the movie channels. I'm not signing up for Netflix too.
Oh, I thought you had Netflix.
No.
No. Oh, you're missing out.
It'll be on YouTube before you know it.
Yeah, I'm sure. All right. Well, anyway, Nikki Sixx doesn't blame grunge for demise of hair metal, and he says those bands killed themselves. I mean, this topic's been talked about, you know, till death. But what do you guys think? Do you think that hair metal's killed metal? I mean, yeah.
I think it contributed to its own death. I think, in a sense, not totally, but all right. You know, you had a new musical style that moved in. Then you had, of course, the hair metal bands that did do a good job of killing themselves too.
Yeah.
Like they were basically a lot. They were copying each other a lot.
Yeah.
A lot.
Well, yeah. I mean, you know, Nikki just picked people who have been saying that for years, and I personally agree because you can go back and look at like an old Headbangers Ball episode from 1990, and majority of what's on there is just a bunch of repetitive ballads. Right. Some of it was good, but it was just oversaturated and done to death. But I don't think it being hair metal is really all that significant because the same thing happened before that with disco and jam bands and shit like that. It's just times change.
Right.
And when shit gets overblown, it needs to die.
Right.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember watching Headbangers Ball, and I used to watch the show, but I used to make copies of it, but take out the videos I don't like. And I remember as Headbangers Ball, you know, was going on and on and on, that I would be having less and less videos on, you know, my copies and stuff like that, because they were just all hair metal, shitty bands, you know.
I mean, I like those bands. I wouldn't really call them shitty.
I hate hair metal. I hate it.
They, you know, I like them. I mean, there was a lot of cool bands. Yeah. It's just like we said, and like everyone's been saying, you know, they're a copy of each other. Really, in essence, the same thing happens every time anyway. Even power metal, thrash, it doesn't matter really what the genre is. Right. There's always going to be that similarity and that copycat thing going on. But they did it more than, I think they did it a lot more than our, you know, present bands or power metal bands and so forth and so forth. Or maybe there's just too many power metal bands and thrash bands and melodic death metal bands that come out there. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah, because look at the grunge didn't really, I don't really think it really killed any kind of music. It just gave something for people to listen to, something new for people to listen to. Like, you know, like Soundgarden, they kind of were metal and rock, you know? Right. And they got lumped into being grunge.
Yeah. And I think another part of that is, with the grunge bands and even some of the more stripped down metal bands that were coming out at that period, hair metal was really the end, I feel like, of the big frontman rock star debauchery era. And the newer bands like Soundgarden, Nirvana, and shit like that was just more relatable overall.
Right. Where did that term hair metal come from? Because they didn't have that when hair metal was going on. Right?
I had always seen it referred to glam personally, even though I'm younger than you guys, up until about 2002 when they started really pushing them reunion tours and the festivals. And then I noticed, I think it started with VH1, honestly. They were calling it all hair metal.
Really? Yeah, because that was never a term back in the day. Like you said, it was always glam from, what I remember.
Yeah.
Personally, hair metal was my Mr. Hyde,
Yeah.
Dr. Jekyll was thrash and crossover, but there wasn't a lot of cute girls in that scene. So you kind of, if you wanted, I mean, teenage lust, right?
Yeah.
If you wanted to get some, you had to go in that direction, or at least be knowledgeable.
Yeah. You had to suck it up and listen to freaking Brent Michaels and Poison.
Right.
Brent Michaels, sorry. That's another thing I do. I'm terrible at pronouncing names.
DeVille.
Get used to it. What was that?
You see DeVille.
Oh yeah. Whatever happened to him?
He's a good guitarist. So you know what? They're, you know what it is. I know they're a target of laughter, and I like Poison. I like all these bands. You know what I mean? I could see why we would make fun of them too, but there were some really good players, man.
Yeah, they were. They were for back in the day.
Yeah.
They fit that time period. It's just now forget about it. I don't think really any. I mean, I guess people listen to it now for nostalgia's sake, but for a band to like really do it how they did it now, it just wouldn't work. I don't think.
You know which bands I like though? That fall under the hair metal and that sort of thing. I liked Rat because they had that heavier sound. They weren't exactly, lovey. I mean, they did have lovey-dovey lyrics, but they were more hard driving and stuff like that. Than the rest of the pack, I think. There was a bunch of bands that did that pretty well, I think.
I'll give it up to Whitesnake. They're still putting out an album every couple of years.
Yeah. And
they're all good.
A little. Yeah.
Coverdale,
man. Yeah, he's not bad. I saw something with him before, and I didn't even save the news. Sorry. I could have just added that to this, put a little section here, but no, I screwed up. Oh, well. All right, some more Motley Crue news, because we just love to talk about Motley Crue. They were told by the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame that they will never be inducted. I don't know if that's
I read that article. I mean, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, I guess that means something to somebody, but much like the Grammys, which I don't consider an award. I don't really consider the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame to be the authority on anything. Yeah. And just for them to keep them out because they were so vocal and public about the wild shit they did is really stupid and just a bad form of censorship.
That can go for any band. Yeah. How many bands that are in there now? God knows what half of them did. I mean, who the hell's in it? Like Madonna's in there. I mean, come on.
You know what, though, Wayne? Honestly, I could be wrong, so I don't know. Maybe you guys can correct me, but the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, don't they have a good number of gangster rap artists on them too?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How can you criticize a band's lust for women, or whatever it may be, or some drug or some alcohol abuse with stuff like that?
Right. Yeah.
Def Leppard's in, and they were pretty notorious.
Yeah. Yep, they just got in.
And then, even Nikki mentioned something specifically about the cocaine use and the heroin diaries and all that. Fucking Nirvana's in there, and all them grunge bands were super in heroin and pretty vocal about it too.
Right.
So it's just really hypocritical.
Yeah, very hypocritical. It's garbage. And the same thing with Rolling Stone magazine.
Yeah.
For them. They're another trash foundation or whatever you want to call them.
Mm.
Yeah.
It's funny. It's almost like what's that?
I used to like Rolling Stone, but over the past 10 years or so, the quality of their articles and all that have really declined, and they really just push the more popular bands, it seems like. And I get it. They have to sell subscriptions and magazines, but be nice for them to cover something that's actually going on, that's current.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I saw their list of, top 10 metal bands or whatever. I never heard of any of them. Not a single one.
Do you remember
I think Behemoth was in there or something, but
really,
other than that, it was 9 other bands that just had funny names and never heard of them.
Now, is that us showing our age, or we just those bands just don't, or they're just not good?
Well, a lot of it, over half of that list are like sludge, man, and like John was saying, he doesn't really like doom. I don't care for most of it, but sludge I just really don't get. I mean, even when I'm stoned, I still want them to do something with the music. However, I think all these guys that review those albums miss out on a really big point when they say, oh, you gotta have your headphones on and be stoned to listen to it. Being stoned makes all music better. That doesn't mean that shit's good.
Right.
A good point. Yeah, that's a good point.
As we saw with what the hell was it, John? Amun Ra?
Is that how you say it?
Yeah,
I don't know. Yeah, it was. Let's just call it the band that shall never be named again.
Yeah, this guy stood there in a cloak with a fog machine. A guy was playing a dissonant riff, and this other dude's hitting the cowbell for like 10 minutes straight.
Oh, really?
Really?
It's awful.
Rather slam my dick in a drawer.
What was that at the Voivod show?
Yeah.
Yeah. God. Terrible.
I'm in wrong.
But then on the other side of that, like I was talking about earlier before we came on, found this band Spirit Adrift that Chase Morgan from the bass player and the vocalist from Gate Creepers in, and a guy named Nate Garrett who used to play guitar for them's in it as well. And they're doom, but they're very Sabbathy, and they get the essence of that 70s scene where things have a groove and they have a rhythm and they have good riffs and the songs go somewhere.
Yeah. As long as that they have that kind of formula, then works, then that's good.
Yeah, like Floyd did shit with sound effects too, but even those songs eventually go somewhere.
Right. Yeah. And that's what you got to have.
Yeah.
Last Motley Crue. What's that?
No, they have to go somewhere. Yeah, that's the hook. You gotta go somewhere after that. That's yeah.
All right. Last Motley Crue news. They score their first U.S. top 10 album in more than a decade with the Dirt soundtrack.
Did not know they had a soundtrack.
Yeah.
Like a greatest hits kind of thing. I'm sure then, right?
Yeah,
Nothing
pretty
new?
much. Actually, no. I think there's a couple new songs, maybe 4 new songs. I forget. Yeah.
Oh, they do.
Yeah. Wow. Actually, at the end of the movie is one of the new songs.
I'll check that out.
Yeah, it's okay.
Does it sound like? It's classic Crue, or is it?
No.
No, nothing at all like that.
No, I don't think it sounds like classic Crue. It sounds like something they would do now.
Mm-hmm.
Can you hear Mick's hip breaking in the background at
all? Oh no, man, it's titanium now. He's more human than human.
Robo Mick.
Yeah, I mean more metal than human.
Is he like? Is he like Wolverine or something? Has he got adamantium in him?
Yep.
He's more like the 6 million peso man. They wanted to rebuild him, but they didn't want to spend a lot of money.
I saw a picture of him the other day. He looks like who Buckethead is?
Hey, let's spend an evening with them.
Yeah.
Yes, an evening with Buckethead. Get my tuxedo and my KFC right now.
Inside joke.
But Mick's face looks like the mask for Buckethead.
Easy.
Yeah. All right, I can picture it.
Mick's face looks like one of them skull candles you can buy in like Halloween spirit that's like half melted now. I mean, I like the guy, but he looks rough.
Yeah, he does. He's went through a lot, man. You know?
Yeah, I mean, come on. He doesn't look half bad for all the shit he's been through.
Well, no, yeah, and
but he does look bad.
He's got a couple real serious problems too with degenerative diseases and arthritis, which is why I think they were saying they'll probably never tour again, just because he can't hack it. And that really sucks, man. That's got to be painful as shit.
Oh, terrible. It's got to be, yeah.
And if you watch that movie,
using together, and
if you watch that movie, you can see that as they portray him in the movie, he can barely move, and it's crazy because it's like, how the hell did he get on stage every night?
Right, gotta give him props.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Yeah.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Music, man. That's what they grew up doing. That's what they, that was their thing. That was their career, their livelihood.
Yeah.
But it's got to hurt like hell, man.
Oh yeah.
By the way, Greg, nice shirt.
Oh, thank you. Yep. Just got it.
Yeah, I got mine last week too.
Yeah, I love the back of it with the let's scare Jessica to death. Yeah,
it's cool. Very cool. All right. Actually, tonight I forgot to even mention. Tonight we have a special interview with Jan Bünning. I always say the name wrong.
Jan,
no, it's Jan, because I always pronounce the A like a long kind of. But it's Jan.
Jan.
Yeah.
Jan.
Who's that?
Jan Bünning from Paragon, the bass player.
Ah, okay.
Oh. Yeah. So after our thing here, we'll have an interview that me and Greg did this past Sunday, and it's very cool. Very cool interview. He talks about the album and takes us on a little tour of his little room there with all the music and the DVDs that he has.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. Yeah, he's got a killer collection.
Yeah. Very cool guy. Good interview. I thought it went pretty well. It's funny.
Nice.
And my screen just went blank. Oh no, here it goes. You know what it is? I got 10,000 things up on the screen all at once. And everything's just going nuts. Well, I lost that news. It was about the church burning.
The one I wanted.
Or whatever.
Glimpse of that, yeah. New Zealand, huh?
Yeah. I'm trying to get back to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're a bunch of copycats.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, really, and the Mormons of all people too.
Yeah, what the hell are they protesting? I mean, I understand the Norwegian black metal dudes burning churches, but what's New Zealand trying to get back to? They've only been around for 200 years too.
Huh.
Yeah, I don't know. Let me see here. All right, here I got it. Oh, now it came back. All right. Let's see. New Zealand black metal drummer charged with setting 2 Mormon churches ablaze.
Yeah.
Yeah, according to the New Zealand Herald, Jacob Lowenstein, the 28-year-old drummer for the New Zealand black metal band Igni, has been charged with setting 2 Mormon churches ablaze. Lowenstein appeared from custody via audio-visual link at Christchurch District Court today with 2 charges of arson and 1 unlawfully taking a vehicle. Let's see, does it say why? It was on March 11th. A fire broke out in the church, which was used by the Church of Jesus Christ on Latter-day Saints as a learning institution for... I can't read this. Fucking computer is going nuts.
Yeah, blame it on the computer.
Huh?
Blame it on the computer.
No, it is. It's stuck. Every time I try to move down,
oh yeah,
it just freezes. I give up.
Yeah.
Stop watching all that porn.
Just burned to the ground, as in crisped, or did you just set fire to them and they?
I don't think it.
One of them had to be demolished. The other one's all right.
Okay. So.
Here we go. All right. What is the worst show ever?
His last name doesn't even sound like he's a New Zealand native.
What?
His last name doesn't even sound like he's a New Zealand native, unless he's pretending to be.
Lowenstein.
Yeah.
At the time of the fire, emergency New Zealand fire investigator Sam said the fire destroyed about half of the church.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah. So, they formed a band in 2016 at jazz school in Christchurch. The band released 2 full-length albums, The Pale and This Must Be Hell. So they're pretty new.
Wow. Oh.
Hey, no publicity is bad publicity, right?
No,
That's all. All right. The other news was there's no Van Halen reunion tour. We don't need to talk about that because everybody knows. What?
Who cares?
Yeah, I know. What else is new? Because they just keep it going.
Right.
All right. Sacred Reich premiered a brand new song called "Don't Do It, Donnie," and I guess you can imagine who Donnie is, right?
Donnie Darko?
No. Did you listen to the song?
Yeah, I listened to the song. I loved it.
Yeah, it was cool. It's a lot more punk sounding than I was hoping it to be. I was hoping it to be a little bit more like their old school stuff, but obviously, bands don't really go back to their original things.
Well,
you never know.
Closer to their old school sound than
it was on Heel and
and
Independence. Yeah,
it'll be good for a split with Iron Reagan,
Yeah. That's what I'm definitely going to get this because I love Iron Reagan because we talked about Iron Reagan. How many weeks ago was that? A couple of weeks ago, right?
3 weeks ago, I think.
Yeah. And that was the first time I ever heard of them, and Greg brought them up, and I liked them a lot.
Mm.
And when they found out they were doing a split thing with them, I thought that was really cool. So I will be picking that up. You never heard of Iron Reagan, right, Pete?
No, I want to look them up.
Definitely look them up.
That's a cool name, actually.
Look up the video for "Miserable Failure." It's pretty funny.
Is it?
Oh, okay. You know what though? We were discussing Sacred Reich. I love Sacred Reich. I mean, I was always a big fan of them. This one, honestly, I was disappointed. I listened to the song. I didn't listen to the whole thing. I listened about halfway, but kind of like Wayne said, it's a little too punk, a little too hardcore, kind of like punk, kind of like hardcore. Right. I was expecting like we said, something else. I was expecting the thrashier side of Sacred Reich. Yeah. It's still a cool song though. No doubt about it. I would definitely want to get the album. Mm-hmm. But it just took me by surprise. I didn't expect that. I really wanted something thrashy, but I'm hoping the entire album is not like that. I'm hoping they get some thrash in there too.
Yeah, I'm sure they will. Greg, you're only half ahead.
Really?
Yeah. Did you move yourself with the camera?
Nope.
You're only half.
You know what's funny? From how I'm seeing things, how I'm seeing everybody, what I'm seeing now is Greg. Like I don't see Greg's head anymore.
Yeah.
But I see John's head on Greg's.
Yeah, that's right.
It looks like one person. It looks like John. Yeah. All right, now well. Funny,
wow. Okay.
I actually love the sound of Donnie Don't Do It. It's right up my alley, and I don't want the whole album to sound like that, but for a split with Iron Reagan, I think it's perfect. It's what, 2.5 minutes or something.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, total crossover.
Yeah.
It's got a nice raw sound to it, and it's got the same attitude that Ignorance had as well.
Slump down, Greg.
Yeah, Greg, adjust your phone, Greg.
Adjust your body.
You know what's cool too, because the recording itself sounds very like Greg was saying too. It's very organic. It's very natural and organic.
Yeah. And
I don't hear like even the drum. They don't sound like plastic and triggered and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. Everything sounds organic and analog-y. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They have that. That's
which is
cool.
A lot of bands don't do today. Everything sounds the same with every band nowadays, but they changed it up. So
that's you'll dig Iron Reagan if you like that sound.
Yeah, you definitely will, Pete.
Well, I'm gonna check them out.
Very good band. Queen-inspired rock musical. We Will Rock You to launch North America tour in September. Did everybody see the Queen movie?
Nope.
I didn't see the Queen movie. No.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
Every time I try to talk about this movie on this show, nobody ever watches it.
I saw it. It was okay.
Oh, you finally did see it?
Yeah.
It's okay?
It was okay. I mean, as a biopic, I think it's kind of poor because they changed.
Oh, now he froze. Oh, I love this show. Yeah, he's gone.
It's definitely
All right.
frozen.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought he was just standing still.
No, he's stuck.
He was standing really still.
No, and I must have left. I had background music on. I left it on.
No, it's not gonna work.
Oh, he's back. Are you back, Greg?
Wow, that was weird.
Yeah, you froze.
Well, yeah. I mean, my whole screen went black for some reason, and I guess you guys were talking in the background, but it just sounded like Pac-Man eating a bunch of dots.
We were completely talking shit about you, so.
Yeah, we were. Hoping you weren't gonna come back.
Have fun.
What were you saying now? It was about the Queen movie.
Oh, it was. I mean, it was a good movie. As far as entertainment stuff goes. Just as a biopic, I felt it was a little poor because how they changed shit around.
Right. Yeah. It's still a good movie though. I lost that news too, and the other news I had was Sabaton to release the Great War album in July. And I don't think anybody likes Sabaton in here besides me.
I didn't know that's how you said their name. I always thought it was Sabaton or Sabaton or something.
Sabaton.
Sabaton. Yeah. I don't know. I pronounce everything wrong, so what the fuck do I know?
You're probably right.
Sabaton or Sabaton, whatever you want to call them. But admittedly, I did get tired of them, though. I'm a little tired of that whole...
Yeah. Every album's the same, kind of.
Yeah. I think they pretty much copy and paste every previous album and just change the album cover and name.
And the lyrics.
Yeah. Right, and the lyrics, too.
Yeah, because the band that got fired from Sabaton, they started another band called Civil War, and they sound just like Sabaton. They sound exactly like their oldest stuff used to.
Yes.
It's it's what they know, so whatever. Still cool.
It works, and people like it, and I like it.
Yeah, they're on their third or fourth album, so
music, right? But I would like them to change some things sometimes a little bit, or
Yeah, sometimes I feel like the bands get stuck into a groove, and they're afraid to get out of that.
Right.
They don't take that chance, and sometimes they do take the chance, and then it doesn't work.
And you know what it is too, though.
Red Heel.
Yeah, it's got to be so simple for them to sit there and discuss making a new album. Because okay, we're not going to change our formula. Let's just take bits and pieces of that verse of the previous song or that chorus, and we'll put it together. We'll make a new album. So, but it works. It works.
Yeah,
it works.
Yep. All right. Well, let's see. Tonight's topic is Paragon. I will put up the album cover. No, I won't, because it's not going. All right, there it is. Paragon, Controlled Demolition. I assumed you guys listened to it.
Yep, a couple times.
Me too. Yeah.
Very cool. It comes out April 26th on Massacre Records, and there's the album cover. I like the album artwork. All right, so what do you
cover?
Yeah, definitely. So what do you guys think of this album?
I liked it.
Yeah.
I like anything that Saxon worship.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what Greg said too. Yeah, when he first heard it, he immediately said Saxon.
Yeah, they didn't change the tempo much. That would be my only complaint. Everything was pretty manic all the way through.
Yeah.
But it's all right for me. I liked it.
Yeah. That's the first time you heard of Paragon?
No, I've got a few of their albums, but
okay.
Yeah, a lot of their other stuff was more, I don't want to say power metal-y, but more standard metal-y. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This one was pretty much full speed, and I liked it.
Yeah. This one's a lot more in your face than the other ones are, I think.
Yep.
Also, I think it has to do with the new members in the band too. I think they're a little bit younger than the other guys, but they brought the power.
Yeah, right from the openings. Well, not the very first song, but the the second song. I keep on forgetting the name. Anyway, I don't remember, but that just kicked you right in the ass, man. Right away, it starts off with boom, and it just never eases up.
I actually really like that intro. The intro is like the most different thing on that whole album.
Yeah, the intro is great.
Yeah, the intro is pretty cool. It's different.
But see, they're a band too. Like I think I have 4 of their albums. I don't have their entire collection. I do have 4. Actually, I thought I didn't have more than 2 albums, but I did. I have a bunch.
Yeah.
They're still similar. Their style is still pretty similar.
Yeah, they don't really change it up much.
But this one is different. They have enhanced it.
Yeah. Yeah, they did it like we talked about with Sabaton, not doing anything different. Right. This band has kind of progressed with each album. They do something a little different.
Yeah. And this album kicked. I like this one, man. This album was good. Yeah. It was really cool.
Yeah, I think so too. And what about you, Greg? I mean, we kind of already know your feelings on it because we did it the other day. But
yeah, it was a good album. I liked it all the way through. There wasn't a bad song on it. The only complaint I would have is like John was saying, the tempo stays pretty much straight through all the way. But I like that. I think it made it a little bit more solid. But there's some pretty.
Thank you, Skype. We didn't have this problem with Zoom.
Wow, it's frozen on me a couple of times through the screen though.
Yeah, it's Skype. Skype sucks. Yeah, he's gone again.
You know, there's one. You know what happened when I was listening to the album?
What?
There was one. Was there a guest? Was it sounded like Udo Dirkschneider was guest vocals or something on one of the songs?
No, I don't think so.
Hearing things or something.
Yeah, you're probably hearing it.
No, I don't think.
Yeah, the vocalist sounds a little similar to Udo.
But one song in particular was very, to me, sounded very Udo-esque.
Yeah, no, not that I think, because I didn't see nothing in the press release about it.
Wait, wasn't it Mean Machine? Isn't Mean Machine an actual? Mean Machine is actually a
Udo album.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an Udo song, isn't it? Or Udo.
Yeah. Yeah, but that doesn't mean he was on the album. It's not a cover.
And somewhere it just felt like I was listening to Udo Dirkschneider. I don't know, like some part of the song I felt that I was hearing Udo.
Like his vocals do sound a little similar.
Yeah.
There's a couple of tracks where the German really stands out in his vocals.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
And
it's a good album. It's a good sounding album, I think. It's not like everything else that's out there today. And it's good. So I would suggest anybody who hasn't heard Paragon, check it out, get it, and that's it. Anything else you guys want to say about it?
But it's one of those albums you're going to spend your money and get quality, aggressive, solid metal out of it. You're not going to be disappointed by that.
Yeah, there's not a lot of filler at all.
No,
the first track was my favorite. I forget what it's called, and I ain't got my other computer up, but that was a kick in the face right from the beginning.
I think the first song is the title track, Controlled Demolition.
Right.
It's something else about.
Reborn is the first.
Reborn.
Yeah. And then Mean Machine. That's one of my favorite ones. Oops, I just put some button. The whole album is really good, I think.
The only song I care about. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead, Pete.
Sorry. The only song I didn't care too much for. That's not because it was a bad song. It's a good song. It's just not my thing. I don't like long songs. You know what? I don't remember the title. Anyways, one long song on the album, and that's the one that I cared the least for. And again, not because it's a bad song or anything. It's just not my cup of tea. I'm not too big on really long songs.
Why not?
Unless it's something really going on, unless it keeps me, on point and excited about.
Yeah. All right. Well, you've bored me. All right. All right. I'm ending the show because we have an interview to do, and it's about an hour long. And I'm sure people have been waiting for it. So this show went really long, longer than I expected it to. And yeah, that's all I can say.
I'm looking forward to hearing that interview.
Yeah, watch it. It'll be on.
Yeah, definitely.
Yep.
So I really appreciate you guys. What?
Before we go, I would
What?
like to say, since it was yesterday and John and I both went, we saw Mata Hoople.
Put down.
Oh, shoot, Mata Hoople.
There you go.
Yeah. And it was with the Suburbs opening, that was my first time ever hearing them, and they were great. But it was an awesome show. A lot of energy for some guys in their 70s, and they looked really happy to be there, and everything about it was great. It was an experience.
And you can do a hell of a lot with 4 guitars,
Yeah.
Yep.
It was a big wall of sound. I liked it a lot.
Oh, that's cool. 4 guitars. That's a lot. I thought the Maiden 3 guitar thing was a lot. 4.
Yeah, they were jamming.
Yeah.
I can't believe
they
still
really did some neat improvisational stuff between the different guitarists on the songs. It was awesome. It was almost like being back there in the 70s, other than the fact that they're not chasing each other around the stage anymore. But,
Wow.
And they did Minneapolis Rocks, which was cool.
Yes.
Loved it.
Nice. I really never heard Mata Hoople. You gotta send me some more stuff, Greg. You sent me like a live thing.
Oh, I will. We'll do a special edition one day.
Yeah, because you've been asking to do it. So now that we got the right guys to be on the show to do it with, because I love Troy, but he's very thrash. He doesn't like Mata Hoople. He don't like Blue Oyster Cult. So we never really talked about those bands. So
you know what, guys? The Mata Hoople. Can I tell you something? It's a bit. Somebody had gifted me a CD years back, right?
Right.
I fell in love with this one. I don't remember what the album's called. I have it stored somewhere, and I never got a chance to really get into more of their discography.
Right.
But there was one damn song that I just fell absolutely in love with off the CD. I just can't damn remember the album or the song name. I have to dig up.
Now that's love.
Dude, honestly, Wayne, seriously, dude, they're freaking awesome. I mean, I gotta research this song. This song just blew me away.
Yeah.
They're freaking awesome.
But you can't remember it.
I can't remember the damn song for the life of me, or the album name.
We'll figure it out in the chat. My screen keeps freezing up here.
That's fine. I'm sick of you anyway. All right. So anyway, stick around for the interview with Jan Bünning from Paragon, and really appreciate John for coming on.
Sweet.
And appreciate
welcome.
Pete for coming on, and welcome to the show.
Thanks, Dragon.
Thank you.
And hopefully we'll see you guys next week.
Yeah, it's been fun.
From now on, I shall be called Dragon.
You want me to change your name to Dragon?
Yes.
All right. I will change your name to Dragon.
Get down.
And hopefully next week we got things a little bit better than tonight was. A little screwed up, but that's all right. We're just getting used to each other, so that's what's going to happen when this stuff happens. So anyway, enjoy the interview. Let me find it first before okay, here it is. Enjoy the interview, and we will see you next week. God damn it, stop moving.
Yeah, Wayne, it's Jan, not Jan, okay?
I know. It's Jan. Jan.
You guys sound like a speak and spell.
All right. Goodbye.
Later.
Take care, guys. John, Greg, Wayne. Have a good night.
Yeah, hang on. Don't hang up yet. Wait a minute.
Oh.
All right. Goodbye, everybody.
Okay.
Bye.
Now here's the Rat Sound Review special interview.
Welcome to Rat Salad Review. We're here with, I'm going to try to pronounce your name correctly, because the other day he was telling me how to pronounce your name. Jan
Jan Bünning.
Jan Bünning. Yep.
Bünning. Yeah. You don't have those dots on the letters, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
That's a problem.
That's
Jan Bünning. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, sometimes it's hard for me to pronounce names from other countries. It's just
Yeah, sure. Same to me. So
Yeah.
same for me, you know. Of course.
And being from New York, I pronounce everything wrong to begin with, so it's
Okay.
all right. So you're from the band Paragon.
Yeah, I'm the bass player.
Yep. And you got a new album coming, Controlled Demolition. I'm trying to remember.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
it will come out on April the 26th. It will be released on Massacre Records.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I've been listening to it for the last couple of weeks. It's very good. You know,
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
We tried our best as always.
Yeah, it's typical. You know, no need, keyboard things and stuff like that. It's typical Paragon. If you like Paragon, you'll love this album, right?
Yeah, many people say that we don't change so much, and in the end, it's true because if you buy a Paragon album, you want to hear Paragon.
Exactly. Yeah.
If you want to eat, you want to drink a Jack Daniels, you want a Jack Daniels and nothing else.
Exactly.
But we always try to keep the thing fresh, and sometimes on the new one we are a little bit heavier than on the previous albums. I think more speed and thrash influences.
Yeah,
when we started, there were bands like Metal Church, Overkill, and also Slayer and Axis, which are inspired us in a way, and we became heavier over the years, and we always tried to do capture our state at present right now, and then when I listen to a lot of new heavy metal bands coming out these days, they say we have an old school production, and I always say, hey, that's not old school production in my opinion. You have to spend some money into a producer and put money into it. So we don't have a modern sound, but we always have quality sound and
exactly
that way.
Yeah. And actually, you have Pete producing all your albums, right?
Not all, but I think
not all, but since 2007 or something like that. Yeah.
The last three he did, and before he did 4 other albums before. So it's the 7th album he produced right now for us.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. So he does a pretty good job. He does very good.
Yeah. He's the best, in a way. He's also into all this kind of metal we like, like old Judas Priest and Accept, and so that's why we landed with him. I don't know. First album we made, it became clear that we had got a good relationship when it comes to the musical taste, and he's the perfect guy for us.
Yeah. Writing too a little bit.
Yes, of course. That's of course also a job of a producer. You can we could do everything on our own. That would be no problem. Having a MacBook Pro here, with the right software, and so we to be honest, we recorded some stuff at home, like we did at home. But the thing is, you have to have somebody else outside the band who's more, who's not involved in the band, and so he sees, okay, it's a cool riff, but it's not perfect. Let's do it like this, and so and. Right. But on the new one, he didn't change so much, only little bits here and there, and I think most for the vocals, Bushy had good ideas already for the vocal lines and then the lyrics, but I think he changed that a little bit. But most riffs and so stayed like they are. I think for one song he changed a little bit of the riff, but that's it in a way,
Oh wow, really? So you think having his input with your last albums, it helped a little bit to work on this new one?
Yes, of course, because we on the last ones we had some problems with the drum recordings because they were not so perfect recorded or in timing. Sometimes you always got some a drummer is not a machine, you need to put it a little bit into place because everybody afterwards has to know, okay, you're on the click, and so. But on the last one, the recordings were not so perfect, and then we had to do a lot of changes and to make it sound good, So it took a lot of time, and this time we could concentrate 100% on the recordings because the drums were perfect, you know.
Yeah.
And so it was I don't know, our drummer was in the studio for 3 days, and then the editing took 1 day for the drums. I was in the studio for 1.5 days for my bass. Guitar players were in the studio for 2 days each, and for the vocals we needed about 1.5 day per song, about, you know. And
wow.
so it was very, very quick recording this time, you know.
Yeah.
But that's what we wanted, because we prepared ourselves very, very, very good this time, because, you know, we wanted to make the album sound a little bit like live, you know. We also made some, put the choirs a little bit back and stuff like that, you know, and so it's more like we reduced everything a little bit, you know, not too many guitar tracks, and so yeah, I like it. It's the best sound we ever had, you know.
Yeah, I'd say so. 'Cause actually now I have all the albums. I got the last 2 the other day, but yeah. But yeah, I think so. This is one of the best sounding albums you guys have so far.
Yeah.
And actually, this is the first time Greg's actually heard Paragon, right, Greg?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it, but I had never heard of you guys before.
Oh, okay.
I love the real old school. Well, I know you don't like that term, but
yeah, sure.
It's got that real new wave British heavy metal feel to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of just Saxon and Priest during that era.
Priest would be a good comparison. Love Priest, you know.
That was what I was going to say about the sound of this album. Not so much musically, but one record from them that I've always loved the production on is Point of Entry, because you can hear everything so well on that record. Especially Ian Hill, and this album here, The Controlled Demolition. I love how you can hear everything, but nothing's too overbearing, and everything highlighted just at the right point. It's great.
Thanks.
Really brings the song together well.
Cool. Thanks.
So, for anybody who really doesn't know Paragon, because when I was talking to you the other day, you said you're getting a lot of new fans lately.
Yeah, that's true. You know, the band we started in 1990 about, you know. Yeah. Martin Christian, the guitar player, he was a band founder, and he still helps us out. You know, he wrote about half of the songs on the new one, and also recorded the stuff with us. But he has another band, and he has too much to do, you know, with his family. You know, it's for us. Music is not our job. It's only a hobby. He don't have the time to play with his life, but you know, he founded the band in 1990, and we got lots of different guitar players, a few drummers, bass players also. Yeah. But our singer and me, we are together now. I don't know. I think it's 1996, something like that. You know, mm-hmm. I was out of the band for one record, but I came back after a while. And so and then the last years we had a steady lineup, you know, with Günni Kruse on guitar, Jan Bertram other guitar, Sören Teckenborg is the drummer, and Andreas Babushkin the singer, and me on bass, you know. Yeah. And when we played, play shows, it's like there are of course our old school fans, you know, which know since the first album, but there are also some young people, you know, who are around, I don't know, 20 years or something like that, you know, and they are. It's cool to see that, you know, because they don't know our old stuff. They only know new stuff. That's very funny.
Yeah. So that's good. People, you know, go back and hear the history of the band, and they catch up. You know?
Yeah, sure. I hope Massacre is doing a good job for us. And one thing they promised us was to take care of the old stuff as well. You know, maybe release some stuff on vinyl, which is not out yet on vinyl. Put it out to all digital platforms and stuff like that, you know. And so I hope they will do it, you know. We already have plans to release Force of Destruction on vinyl, which has been available on vinyl before. And I think we will do it when the new one has been put out, and yeah, then False Destruction will come out on V.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, vinyl's becoming like a big thing again.
Yeah, sure. I love it. To be honest, I'm not 100% a fan of the sound of an LP.
Yeah.
But the experience is a good thing. Put it out of the cover. Have a big cover and a lyric sheet and stuff like that. That's cool.
Yeah.
And I don't know, colored wax and stuff like that. It's cool. And but yeah, of course it also sounds good, but I don't prefer CD or LP. I like both.
Yeah.
Comes to the sound.
Yeah, as you can tell, I'm a CD guy. I have records too.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I grew up in the CD era, so it's like.
I still got a lot of CDs as well. I got more CDs than LPs, of course.
Yeah. So you've been on Massacre Records for a while, and I guess that you've been on there for the last couple of albums, right? Or last?
No, we changed a lot. The last 3 albums were all on different labels. As I said, I was out of the band for a while, and then so we had to do some kind of restart. And we found a new lineup, and then we started to write songs and more or less recorded the stuff, and then looking for a company, and we landed on Napalm Records for and they promised us a lot, but in the end, they only did the standard stuff, and so we, I said, okay, guys, I don't think you're the right guys for us because we were only a small band on their label. They got a lot of big bands, and then put a lot of promotion into that stuff, and for us it was only, they made the standard stuff, and it was not. I was not very very satisfied with the outcome in the end. Okay, the album has done well, so. Have a good distribution and everything, and they have made a good promo, but only the standard stuff, and they promised us more. Then we went back to Remedy Records, the label which signed us years ago. It's here based here in Hamburg. It's Jan Hutter is a friend of mine. This is the owner of the label, and we put out the album. And but now it's only 2 people working for the label. He and his wife, and they bought a pub on the Reeperbahn last year, and so they got a lot of work to do, and I said, okay, I don't think they can do so much for us anymore, and then I said, hey, come on, let us go. He said, yeah, no problem. And so, and when we played the Bang Your Head in 2017, Thomas came to us from Massacre Records, and he offered us a very good deal, and we changed a little bit on the deal. We wanted to do some changes to be made, but he agreed to almost everything, and now we're very satisfied with the deal, and so far.
Very cool.
And I hope that we stay there until we sometimes in the future split up. I don't know.
Yeah.
So last label hopefully for us now.
Do you have like a long-term? Do you have like a long-term contract with them, or just like this album?
I think to be honest, it's the standard stuff. We signed for 1 album with 2 options. It's the standard stuff. But I don't think they will drop us in a way. And when we have done this 2 options, we can negotiate for another deal. So I think we will.
Yeah, very cool. Did you ever try crowdfunding, like with Pledge Music or what the other one is?
To be honest, no. But I was thinking about that a little bit because there are 2 things to be honest, which I wanted to be done, and I think the label will not spend any money on that. We always ask if we will put out a live DVD or something like that, a live album. And I don't think when we do something like that, we have to film this as well. Maybe we can to rent a club and a film team and somebody editing and everything else. You need a lot of money, in a way, and good preparations. So maybe we do that one day. It would at least be an idea to make it from crowdfunding. Yeah. And the other thing is we got this Forgotten Prophecy album. I had a lot of arguments with the guys in the band back then because not a friend of the sound of the album, you know.
Oh, really?
We did Revenge album with Pete,
Yeah.
and that was at that time was the best he ever did, you know. And we said, okay, he cannot do better on the next one. We have to try something else. And so we said, okay, we can maybe do it a little bit like on our own, and only took two guys who did our live sound, but they had absolutely no clue how to mix an album, and you know, I think the album's terrible. But the songs are good, you know, and I would love to re-record that stuff, you know.
Yeah.
But that's also something the record company will not invest any money into that, you know. So maybe we do that sometime. Also, I don't know. I have to see if the other guys are into it as well. I'm the guy who always has the crazy ideas, you know.
Are you a smoker too? Because Greg's smoking and he's getting the room all.
Yeah.
You're right with a smoke? All right.
Yeah, no problem.
What was I just going to say now? You just distracted me. Oh, crap. Shit. I don't even know now. What were we just talking about that? Oh, is that the reason why you left Paragon? Because of the way the sound changed?
Yeah, no, it was not the music. The music stayed like it is, you know, and the songs are still good. They could have needed some arrangement fix, you know. But in the end, you know, the songs themselves were okay. But you know, the production is not good. It's bad, you know.
Right.
And while I recorded my bass stuff, I was like, "Hey man, that sounds terrible. We cannot release that as a Paragon album. That's not possible. We cannot do that." The people are expecting something like Revenge, you know, and they get a piece of crap sound wise, you know. Yeah. And it still drives tears into my eyes when I listen to it, you know, because the song. And I'm like, oh man, that could have been so great, but you know. Yeah, they really managed to, you know, I got a for the studio, I got a Music Man bass, you know, you can put this thing into everything, you know, and it always sounds great, you know, without anything, you know, but they managed to make it sound bad. I don't know how.
Yeah, that happened to me too. I had a band a couple years ago, and you know, we put out our first album, and I wanted my drums to sound like a specific way. I gave the guy, you know, a way to do it, and he kind of did it. Sounded cool in the studio, but once it was all done and on CD, it sounded like total crap.
Okay, but sometimes, you know, it's you know, you have to find the sound of the band, you know, and you know, that's also sometimes the problem, you know. You cannot, you know, when you got this kind of if you listen to all this new metal stuff, you know, with this down-tuned guitars and they have a much bass in their sound, you know, and old school guitars are more like mid and highs, you know, and it's, you know, and then if you cannot put the bass in the same in the frequencies you normally need that, and so you have to see that. That's why we have a professional producer, you know, to handle this, you know. He knows where everything has to be, you know, from the frequencies, you know.
Yeah, exactly, and that's what we did not have back then.
Yeah, I also give Pete, of course, sometimes, you know, some ideas. Say, hey, we like the sound of that album, you know. Maybe you can do something like this, you know. But at the end, it has to sound like us, you know, like Paragon, you know.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, because actually, when he did that first album, he sounded a little kind of like Iron Savior in a way.
Yes, that's true. Yeah. Because I think a lot of like because of the choirs, you know, because when we recorded the first albums with him, you know, we were not you know, the musicians we are today, you know, we are much better right now, and you know, and we know what we can do and what we cannot do, and you know, and the first albums, you know, were copy and paste. You know, I played a bass, you know, part, and you know, and he only copied it and stuff like that. You know, he did it with the guitars as well. And you know, and today, you know, it's like, okay, not for all songs, but for some songs, you know, at least, you know. And today, you know, I play from front to back, and we check. Okay, there's some mistake. Let's fix it. And there's some mistakes. Let's fix it. Finished. You know. On the new album, I did. I think there are 12 tracks I recorded, you know, and I did 11 first takes, you know, and the rest stuff, you know. And you hear that, you know, that the guitar players did that as well this time, you know. It's not like us, you know, and and so we found our own identity over the years, of course, you know. The same, you know, since a few years we record from the first albums, Pete did all the backing vocals, you know, and of course sounded like Pete Zirk's backing vocals he also uses in Iron Savior. So
Right.
of course, like this, you know. But today, you know, we are much heavier, I think, than Iron Savior, and we did our own backing vocals and so on. It's totally different today, you know.
Yeah, completely different band. Can't really compare you guys. Yeah. So, are you in other bands too?
No. When I was out of Paragon for a while, I had a Saxon tribute band, but I had them
so you
until
were in
last
Saxon.
year. Yeah, I had them until last year, but then I said, okay, I have 100% put my I concentrate on Paragon, you know, and
Yeah, cool.
but, you know, in the end, you know, I'm the guy who does most of the stuff for the band, and so you know, I need a lot of time for it, and I cannot handle another band as well. If I would do something, I would maybe do something totally different, I think totally different. But in the end, I don't have so much time for it. So 100% gone at present, you know.
Right. Yeah. Because I was looking on Discogs earlier today. You know what Discogs is, right?
Oh, yeah.
And one of your aliases is Candy Boy.
yeah. That was a stupid thing. Yeah.
What was that about?
Hey man, we did. This was my old band, Asmodus. It was like a thrash band. Yeah. That was a whole lot of party with these guys. You know, with everything you can imagine. And we recorded this album, and the label at that time was the studio and label were the same, and they didn't send us this promised CDs or the master, and some in the end we had to threaten them to get the stuff done, you know, and they sent it to us. And to be honest, I don't know who did the layout, but I think our singer found it funny to do something like that, you know, and the other guys also got some aliases, you know, on this album. So and when I saw it was a very, very funny asshole. But these days we're still friends, you know.
Yeah, because that was a couple years ago, right? That was like back in like 90s, right? Early 90s.
I think this was perfect timing at that time. You know, Asmodus put out the CD, and then the band changed their name to Stone Cold Black afterwards. It still exists, and you know, we went to the studio recording a demo, and I was done with everything. I made my backing vocals, I made my bass guitars. I looked if everything is recorded so far. Everything recorded so far is okay, and you know, all other guys I just got wrecked up, you know, and I don't want to do this anymore. It's only about, you know, drinking and other stuff. And I said, okay, guys, I think I leave. I came home that night and put on my answering machine, and Martin, Christian from Paragon called me. Hey, here's Martin. You want to join my band? Call me back. I was like, oh, cool. That's it. I knew these guys, and I saw them live before. And Martin is a cool guy, and we're still best friends. You know, we just yesterday we had a party had some party with him, and that was it.
Yeah. Well, I guess it worked out for the best, right?
Cool.
Yeah. I was going to ask, how did you like get into the band? How did he know you from before?
Yeah, I saw them a lot in Hamburg playing shows. You know, they to be honest, I even saw them before they released an album, I think. And it was like Martin put out the EP and the first CD with a totally different lineup. And then they went on tour with Tankard as support for Tankard here in Germany, and then the label went bankrupt. And and so he was like, shit, you know, he had a good album out and a good tour, but the label went bankrupt and they couldn't do anything anymore. And so he said, I don't know if I want to do this anymore. But you know, with musicians, you know, half a year later he was like, oh, I got new songs, I need a new lineup. So he called me and a few other guys, you know, like Bushy, our singer, and and then we met at some bar here in Hamburg, and then spoke about all that. we went into the rehearsal room, I don't know, for one month or 2 months, and then just went right into the studio, recorded the Final Command album, and and that's it.
It's been history ever since.
Yeah, that's it. Heavy metal history.
Yeah. Do you guys all get together in like a room to rehearse the songs, or do you pass things back and forth on internet, or how do you work?
No. We rehearse at least one time a week, and that's something what's very important for us these days, because when we restarted with Force of Destruction, we wrote the album. We wrote it more or less, only we made demos. Guitar players recorded guitar parts, and I arranged it with a drum computer at first, and so we had everything more or less done already, and then I recorded vocals with Bush. We went into the studio and recorded the stuff, and we I think we only rehearsed a few of the songs of the album before live, and and then when we came out, the album's very good. When we finished it, we wanted to do the same. We already had half an album done already, and Bushy was like, I had no lyrics, and I was, hey, what's going on? What's the lyrics? Don't want to write anything? And he said, no, the stuff is okay. It's the same. I don't like to do it. And I said, okay, what do you want? I want to rehearse in the rehearsal room. Of course, we rehearse for shows, of course. But I wanted to also write the songs in the rehearsal room. To be honest, that turned out to be difficult. We still do it the same, record the stuff, but now we change the songs, and the stuff we had past then. I sent it to the other guys, and they learned the stuff. We went into the rehearsal room, and and we changed stuff. If there was something we didn't like, and different tempo changes and stuff like that. And so it became more of band feeling. And we did the same with the new one. For the new one, we rehearsed even more than for the one before. And that's why we could record it so fast.
Yeah, it does make definitely a more of a difference when you're rehearsing the songs. You get to know them better, and
of course. In the end, after a while, you play the songs sometimes different to the album version.
Right. Yeah, that's true too.
and sometimes you have some idea and said, shit, why didn't we have this idea before we recorded? We have Hell Beyond Hell, the song. There's a break at the last chorus that we play a little break now. We don't have on the album, But
really?
We like that way, so we say, hey, fuck it, just do it like this.
When is the tour gonna start?
Tour would be cool, but we don't tour, to be honest with you.
Really?
We have done some shows before already, but for now we only have one more show booked at present. Touring is the hardest part these days, because we all have family, most of us have families and kids, and so we cannot afford, to go on tour and be off our jobs, for 1 month or something like that.
Yeah.
So we most times do festivals, small festivals or bigger festivals. We do weekend stuff, and that's what we do, But I had some personal issues last year, so I couldn't do so much booking. And so right now I'm in negotiations with some festivals, and then maybe we do some touring with Iron Savior, or at least some weekend shows, as I said. But there will be next at the beginning of next year,
Yeah,
and so. Cool. It's it's very hard to tour for a band like us. We are not we are not like Accept or something who can afford that. They live from the music, and so they can afford to be on the road all way. But we can't do that. We have to pay our rents and our cars and our kids and everything.
I totally get it. I'm in the same boat.
Yeah. But of course, we love to play live. funny. The funny thing is, we got a lot of requests, from not from Germany, but from other countries. We have been in Spain last year, and the year before we were in Italy and stuff like that, and we have got lots of requests from the USA, of course.
That's surprising.
Yeah. In the end, we got the most people who order our stuff, on our shop. They are from the USA and South America.
Wow. Well, I guess the USA is starting to wake up.
I think at least I think for us it's like we hit a nerve with our kind of metal there.
Well, that's good to hear, because there's just crap after crap here.
Okay.
You have no idea.
Okay.
Right, Greg? Greg knows.
Because I love, like I was saying, that new wave feel, that classic heavy metal sound, and so many of these retro bands that everybody loves over here. It's completely unoriginal, and they just rely on trying to sound exactly like some other band, and I can't stand it.
To be honest, I agree with you. There are some cool bands, I think they're from New Jersey. I love these guys. They're very cool. One of the few new bands I really love.
I love them, and Bewitcher the best.
Bewitcher, I have to listen to them. I heard the name, but I didn't listen so far to them.
Very good speed metal.
Yeah, they're pretty good. Like I always say, if you like Venom, you like them.
Okay, I check them out.
Yeah, definitely. Favorites, right?
Yep. Oh yeah. Yeah, and now I got to get deeper into Paragon too, because I love this album. So.
Cool.
How's the new album getting recepted by reviews and stuff?
So far we didn't have so much reviews, because it's only coming out, and I think Massacre they said, okay, make the reviews in timing to the release,
Oh, okay.
So but I know 3 reviews we got, so far. We got 9 from 10 points, on Metal Temple, and I know we got 9 from 10 points in the German Metal Mag, Death Forever.
Nice.
And so it seems here that it will be received very well so far.
Yeah, you definitely deserve it.
And there were some guys, who recorded the stuff with us, the backing vocals. And there was one guy, this guy from my old band, who made this Candy Boy thing. And he was like, wow, that's really, really awesome. I want to have the album, and that was funny, because they really enjoyed it. I think we've done something right on the new one, I think.
Yeah, I think so too. Like I said, it's a really good album, and you deserve all the ratings you've been getting so far, and all the praise. So definitely deserve it. It's a good album. Everybody should check it out. It comes out April 26th, right? You said?
Yep, that's right. On vinyl, very limited, and on CD and digitally also, of course.
Yeah.
We we didn't want to do this digital stuff in the past, because okay, it's not a money issue, you don't get so much money from it, but I was like, hey man, if you want to listen to our stuff, put on the album and listen to the whole thing, because for us it's the whole thing counts. It's not only one song that's good, but the whole thing, there's a story behind it. I always make up my mind, okay, which is the first song and which is the album closer and stuff like that. It's the whole thing. The whole thing is the album.
Right.
But the good thing about streaming these days is you get to know. If people they can listen to it on Spotify and think, hey, great album, I buy it. If 10 people listen to it on Spotify and 2 buy it, it's already a success in the end.
Right. Yeah. That's the thing I don't like about digital stuff. It's like I put it on my phone, and then I listen to it while I'm at work, but I don't know the names of songs sometimes, and you got to go back and look. It's much better when you have the thing in your hand, and you can read the lyrics if you want, and look at the artwork and stuff like that.
Oh, the thing is, we also try to don't have fillers on an album. When we have for the new album we wrote, I don't know, I think maybe we wrote about 20 songs or something like that, and half of it went away because we didn't like it, and the ones which are now on the album, we reduced it a little bit. We put out stuff we didn't like, and shortened the songs a little bit, make it more compact this time. And but we what I looked out that every song has a special moment, like a special bridge part in the middle or something like that, and I think a little bit we are heavier on the new one, but we are also more catchy, I think, on the new one.
Yeah. Like I said to you the other day, there's really no ballads. I mean, there's a slower song on there, but that's not like a ballad song at all. It's just pretty much. Balls to the wall.
The guys just came up with all this heavy stuff. It was like, okay, what we do now, how can we make an order with it, side faster or something like that. But at the end, it's we on the LP, it's we made a side controlled and side demolition, because controlled on the first side as the intro, then comes the fast song, then another fast one, Stomper, and then comes the Doom song, So it's all different kind of songs. On the other side, it's most fast stuff, There's only one slow song on the second side, so it's demolition. So that was the idea,
Yeah, there's no room for a filler on this album.
No.
No.
Not at all. So man, I'm gonna have to edit this show a lot. Damn. And this is my fault too. This is never my fault, Greg.
Yeah, I know.
Write it down next time.
You know what? I tried to not to. I tried to just let it go.
Good.
That's why you gotta smoke pot like I do.
Oh,
That's how I stay on top.
That, and he's high on medication too. So. Oh God.
Yeah.
Look, his eyes aren't even like straight.
No, it's because I have to keep refocusing. It's there at this screen with it. Trying not to fall forward on my face here, and I'm trying not to. And I'm so sorry. But you actually just answered a few two of the only questions I had about the album, about how it was written and all that, because I really love the way this LP flows, and there isn't a single wasted song on it, and it's really neat to learn you wrote it like that, because it is one of those rare releases that gets a 5 out of 5 from me. I really think it's a perfect record. It's done really well.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think so too. I wish I had the CD. I'd hold it up, but I don't.
I like how it mixed in, there's different thrashier elements and some doomier elements in spots, but it's really just good heavy metal.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I already got the LP here at least. Wait a minute.
Yeah, good. If you got it, please show it.
Awesome.
So,
yeah, I like the artwork.
Yeah, here's the back cover, and
cool.
lyrics.
Yeah.
Oh, cool! It's bold.
Yeah, and we got this LP is black, and we have here side control.
Nice, very nice. Who did the artwork?
And this is wait a minute, and this is the other one. And that's what's done with the guy who already did our Revenge artwork. The same guy, Aldo Requena. He's from Argentina. Okay. He's doing this these days. When he started, he was not so well known. But as far as I know, he's doing also comics these days and made some Lovecraft stuff. Check him out, Hammerblaze. If you Google Hammerblaze, you will find Hammerblaze design. And I'm very satisfied with his work, and it's easy to work with him. And we will have he has also done a T-shirt for the new album, which is of course on the front. It's a cover, but from the back something else. And so, and he's a very nice guy and made all the layouts and everything. Together with me I have had some ideas, but it's easy to work with them, you know.
Yeah, he did a very good job. I like the cover.
Yeah,
there.
yeah. I think it's very important that everything sticks together, you know. Everything is, you know, like one thing, you know, and you know.
Yeah. I was looking at your shelf there with your collection up there. Above your head.
Here.
Above your head. I saw a lot of interest. I can't see it. There we go. I saw a lot of interesting things. Is that Triptychon? That second?
Yeah.
What is that?
Yeah. Wait a minute. I catch it.
I make you work on this show.
Yeah. Done interview. Yeah. We got this Triptychon box set here.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
I already have it on vinyl and on CD, but that was a bargain. I don't know, but it was only $10 or something like that.
Really?
On Nuclear Blast, yeah. And only 2,000 made of it, you know. I think there's a candle or something like in it as well, and yeah, 2 candles.
Oh, that's really cool.
And the flag and stuff like that, you know. Yeah, when I buy, I always try to get something special, you know.
Yeah.
Maybe use this one here.
Oh, I got the Sentenced box set there as well. And
Artillery. Sentence, some Hain, Misfits.
Good. He's a Thin Lizzy fan. Good. I like that box.
He's Thin Lizzy.
Sam Hain, I love it.
Here, you know, above me you got Trust and Judas Priest, AC/DC, 69 Eyes.
Yeah, I love them too.
Ozzy, Black Sabbath, the Machine Head. There's only, you know, I got some more in the other room, and also got some video stuff here. You know, I got a big video collection here. Oh, wow. You know, like Phantasm box there, and Hellraiser box, and House box. I love this. There's an English label which puts out a lot of cool movies. It's called Arrow Video, and they're also in the US, I think, and I buy a lot of stuff from them. You know.
Yeah.
But they got very good releases, but they're much cheaper as the releases here in Germany, you know, and always like box sets also with a lot of and stuff like that, you know.
Yeah. That's one thing that I about the imports now. It's just there's so much. They cost so much to ship here in the U.S. now. It's kind of hard to buy anything.
Yeah, to be honest, you know, we had to from our store we had the shipping costs for T-shirts and CDs and LPs very low. You know, I think you only paid for shipping to the USA. You only paid about €4. You know, like
okay.
five US dollars. But they changed the rules now. And so now we to ship something to the USA we have to pay, I don't know, almost 20 euros. You know,
wow.
And it's
totally
stupid. We try now to make it with we have a company account now, so it should be okay again. Yeah. But you know, then you have to make a certain number of sales each year. You know, we have to see if we can do this. You know, because you know, of course, the people order a lot. You know, when the new album is out, but afterwards, you know, it goes down a little bit.
Down.
You know, if you don't have new stuff out, you know. So last time we did a different T-shirt, you know, again. So that was okay, but yeah, we have to see. Maybe I'm getting better now.
Yeah.
But you know,
that's a problem for us U.S. fans. We can't get anything with the shipping. I mean, I still buy it. I'm still going to get it anyway, regardless.
But to be honest, I think I don't know, but I think you will get the stuff from Massacre in the U.S. as well. I think.
Yeah. All right. Good.
Yeah.
I've ordered things from them recently, and it wasn't too expensive on the shipping.
Okay.
But I think it only came out to about 9, maybe 10 USD.
Maybe that's with his company account. It's okay, you know. But you know, we not had one before because it made no sense, you know. You know, now we have been forced to do it, you know.
Yeah.
But if you the album will be out in the South America as well.
Okay.
on Hellion Records, so maybe it's easier to ship it for you.
That's true.
Well, you could probably do it through their Bandcamp. Might be a little.
Oh yeah, the Hellion Bandcamp.
Yeah.
But the shipping prices are the same, so but we see.
What does it matter? As long as you sell them, who cares, right? Is there any like new bands that you're into now, or you're not too much into
Yes,
bands?
Yeah, that's as I said, it's Sahandrin is cool. Sahandrin. To be honest, the last years there were not so many metal bands, new ones which I like.
Yeah.
Them is cool. I just take a look at my collection here. Them.
Oh, that's the guy on our show. Yeah, we work with that guy.
Yeah,
he's on our show too.
Figures it would be the week he's not here.
Yeah, he's usually on our show every week, but he's going on tour in May, so he needed a break.
Oh, okay. On the other hand,
he'll be happy to see that though.
I like some Swedish bands, like Trial is cool. There was some new Doom bands like Below and Sorcerer.
Okay, yeah.
But Sorcerer is not a new band in the end, but they're older. And on the other hand, I like some other stuff, which is not really 100%. It's like In Solitude, the last one, Sister is very good. Yeah, stuff like that. Maggot Heart is a band with from she had a band with her sister, the O's, but it's more like post-punk stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Silver Talon is cool.
Okay.
They're from USA. Some guys from Idle Hands. Idle Hands is cool, but it's also not 100% metal. It's like a little bit like Killing Joke playing metal, something like that.
Yeah, that's a good way to describe it.
Very nice guys. They slept at my place here when they made their first tour here, and then they started in Hamburg. They came over here, and so very nice guys. Gave real high. As you see. So cool. Yeah,
looks like a nice little place to hang out, though. I wish we lived closer. Me and Greg would show up.
Okay. And the new metal band on your band, which I really like, is Tribulation.
Oh, okay. I've heard of them. Yeah.
They're very cool. They started as death metal. They're all like a little bit gothic influence, but very cool and still very vicious in some way. Make a good show. I just saw them with Idle Hands touring here, and Wada and Gals Wirth, the old Goggorath singer. They played the show together here in Hamburg.
Yeah. Are you mostly into metal? Is there any like things outside of the metal category that?
Yes. As I said, I like a lot of when I started to listen to music, it was I still love mainly metal, but there's also some old wave and gothic stuff I like, and which I came into just recently is like stuff like synthwave. They sound like synth Carpenter stuff, but more structured, and very hard stuff. Like there's a band which is called Ghost, not the other Ghost, but without an H, and they're cool, And what I really totally love are soundtracks. I got a lot of soundtracks. Like I said, the old Carpenter soundtracks, Ennio Morricone, Goblin. The guys who make the music for the Argento movies and stuff like that. I really enjoy this kind of stuff. And yeah.
Oh, where's Greg going? He might be sleepwalking.
No, somebody was turning around in my driveway. What the hell is that?
That was funny. We're gonna get a tour of the house.
How was it called? Crips or something like on MTV?
Yeah. Crips.
Where they crashed into the houses of some famous people,
Oh, yeah.
We can do it here at my place.
Let's go, do it. Let's do it. Rat Salad Review, Crips. Cribs, not Crips. Crips is a...
Oh, come here. I can just show you how it looks outside here, Yeah, that's my street here.
Busy. Yeah. Well, an accident about to happen there. What the hell's that about?
I think he tried to come out of the parking lot or something like that,
That's stupid.
And here's my DVD collection,
Oh,
cool.
You got a nice setup there.
Yeah. Case from the Crypt here.
Wow.
See that? And Galactica, X-Files,
Is that a real skull?
That's That's the real one. Yeah, yeah.
No, the one on the bottom, the human skull.
Oh no, that's not one. I know some people who I wanted to get the skull from, but we don't tell you right now. This one is great as well here, you know, to sing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
One of the best ever, you know. And I also got some music DVDs here, you know, a lot of Priest stuff, you know. Yeah.
Priest is your favorite band, I would assume.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, totally. Without a doubt, you know, because you know, they almost changed their sound a little bit on every album. There are only a few albums which sound the same, you know, like maybe Screaming for Vengeance and Defenders of the Faith, and but on the end, albums also sound different. Yeah. And what they also do, and that's something we normally try to do on the new one, we were not so successful because we only have this fast stuff, you know. But the songs on their albums are very diversified, you know. They got ballads, they got fast stuff, they got stompy songs, they got doom stuff, you know. They got everything, you know, the whole heavy metal genre, you know. And that's cool, you know. That's what I really like about it. And of course, you know, Halford, you can't go wrong with Rob Halford. He's the best, you know. Still is, you know.
Yeah, he still is. You like the newer stuff too, or you a fan more of the older stuff?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, and then it was a good comeback now with Firepower. But to be honest, you know, I also like the new the two albums before that, you know, and you know, I could not understand they were criticized so much. Of course, the one before Firepower, okay, the sound is not 100% state of the art, but I think they wanted it something to sound like it. So something like that, you know, it sounds very live, you know. I think they recorded it together in the studio or something like that. But you know, with a new one, you cannot go wrong. Only good songs on it, you know, and totally cool.
So you're a fan of Nostradamus?
I like it, yeah. To be honest.
Yeah, me too. I do too.
Yeah.
I don't understand the hate for it. This guy don't.
The thing is, you know, you cannot pick out one single song. You have to listen to it as a whole in a way. I liked it when it came out, and now when I had to listen, I don't know, 2 months or 3 months before, you know, to it again, and I found out, you know, alone this title track, Nostradamus, it's like Painkiller, you know. Yeah. Only if it had the sound from Painkiller, it would be a cool Painkiller song, you know.
Right.
But of course, it's hard because I got a lot of keyboards, and so it's all a little bit toughened up. But you know, if you would play this stuff live, you know, it would totally be a cool Painkiller song, you know.
Yeah, I think so too.
I did get to see them do that title track live, and that was cool. Seeing them do that.
Okay.
I can't rate because that was what 2007, 2008 somewhere.
Yeah.
I don't know songs they did from that record, but I remember the title track because that was cool. It was suitably epic in Priest fashion, you know, Rob descending, but instead of out in the cold, you got Nostradamus's giant head with light up red eyes behind it.
Okay, but you know, as I said, you know, I almost like. There's only one Priest I don't like. That's Demolition. You know, that's total crap. You know?
Yeah,
that sounds totally modern, and the songs are uninspired and.
Yeah, the songs don't go anywhere.
Yeah, the Jagulators, okay. Half of the songs are cool. The rest is not so good. But you know, I would love to see them do songs of that too live, but they will not do it. I think.
Right. Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't like Demolition either. But the one I was going to ask you about was really you even like Ram It Down, huh?
Yeah, to be honest, yes. Also. You know, I was sitting yesterday with Martin, and I know that Ram It Down is always the baddest Judas Priest album. I was like, why that? You know, because Ram It Down is a great song, Blood Red Skies is a great song, and there's some really cool stuff on it. I think there's songs on it which I really enjoy, you know, and would see on the live set as well. You know, I would love to see Ram It Down from them live at present. You know, maybe they do it. You know, because I think I got the feeling that. Richie Faulkner, you know, is forcing them to do some stuff they never played before.
Yeah, which is cool. What do you think about all the ongoing things with KK Downing with them, though? Like, do you think he should have really rejoined the band after what's his name?
To be honest, you know, yeah. To be honest, of course, I would love to see it, you know, because you know he's a cool guitar player, and I think he can do it, you know. But because you know, I think Richie could do the other part, you know, and KK Downing can just be KK Downing, you know, and you know, he made all these remarks about, you know, and I wasn't there when he left, so but in the end, I think he left. So why is he expecting that they ask him to come back? You know, it's like exactly. A girlfriend which left you, and she said, hey, I want to come back, you know, and then if she wants to have you back, she has to ask, you know, and not me, you know, and in the end, you know, it's a pity in the end, you know, because it would have been cool, of course, to have him back in the band, you know, but I don't think it will happen, you know. We see.
Well, actually, on that note, how did you get back into Paragon?
Yeah, as I said, we had some quarrels, you know, about the album. You know, I was really pissed, you know, at the time. So yeah, at first we didn't speak so much anymore, you know, but then I think it was my 40th birthday or something like that. I invited everybody, you know, like Martin and Bushy and so, and we were standing here, and then Martin said, hey, don't you want to come back? And I said, yeah, of course I want to, you know, and then that's what it is, you know. But then he went out right after I rejoined, you know, but, you know, okay, but he's still in the back. He's still working for us, you know, and, you know, maybe he changes his mind someday. I don't know.
When you have so many band members changing, is it hard to come up with new albums?
What?
When you have the band members keep changing like once in a while, like you have different members come in the band, is it hard to like get back into the same kind of groove as like maybe the previous album?
Yeah, and it really depends, you know, because in the end, you know, mostly the guitar players write riffs, you know, and I arrange everything. So as long as I get riffs, you know, we like kind of quality control, you know, I do. You know, I check everything, you know, and then I also say, okay, guys, the lead guitar here is cool, but maybe it could be more aggressive or more melodic or something like that. You know, I check everything, you know, and so I think as long as I'm there, you know, it will still always sound like Paragon, of course, you know. I also tell, you know, like Jan Bertram, you know, he's a new guitar player in a way, you know, and he wrote a lot of stuff on the new album, you know, and maybe guy, that's not bad, but it's not Paragon, you know.
Right.
Yeah. You know, and you know, we have to watch out, you know, that it's of course Paragon, you know. On the other end, we have Sören Teckenbold, our drummer in the band, you know, and with him we can do things we wanted to do all the time, you know, but couldn't do before because the drummers were not as good as him, you know. He's so fast, you know, and then very great timing, so we can do a lot of stuff, you know, we could not have done before, you know. That's why we got a little bit better on the new one, maybe also, you know.
Yeah.
The second album he did with us, you know, and but on the new one, on the last one he was only 80% maybe, and on the new one he's now 100%, you know. There for us, you know.
Yeah, I like his drumming. As you can see, I'm a drummer too, so he's okay in my book.
Yeah, he's very good. You know, he played in a death metal band before, so he can play very fast stuff. They always said to him, "Yeah, just play double bass. It's okay." Well, but he likes strange stuff. You know, he likes bands like Meshuggah and stuff like that. You know,
really?
So, yeah, he can, you know, like with this very strange double bass figures and stuff like that. You know, and I always say, "Hey, don't do this with that. Don't do this."
Yeah, that makes me very excited. Especially if you're not used to that kind of writing, you know.
Yeah. But on the other hand, we can do some other stuff, you know, we have not done before, and he can play that.
Yeah, very cool. Just no blast beats, please. Everybody does blast beats.
No. but to be honest, I thought for a second about it.
Okay, a little here and there, but
just a little part, you know.
Little bit. Don't get over carried away with it. All right. Anything else you want us to know about your new album, Controlled Demolition?
In the end, no, I think for me, it's like really like it's like we have some kind of trilogy in our past. It was like Lost Blade, The Dark Legacy, and Revenge. Where very classic trilogy, which the three albums are flawless in a way. From the sound and songwriting and everything, and it's the same now with the ones. And it's and I think for me, Revenge Past Then was the best album you have ever done, and I think for Controlled Demolition it's the same now, that's very good artwork, it has good songs, very good sound, and most aggressive sound, organic, it's still down to the bone a little bit, it's the sound, and so I'm proud of it, hopefully Massacre can do some justice and make maybe the sales numbers a little bit better. Sales numbers are always okay, of course, but when we play live, the money we get from the live shows, we always put back into the production of an album. It's not the cost. With Pete we do have done the drum recordings with somebody else, because Pete cannot record drums in the studio, and so we paid all in all, with artwork, photos, production, €7,000, so that's a lot of money,
Yeah.
And then you have to get this back, from sales and from live shows, but most times the last albums we could do this, so it's okay, of course.
Yeah, very cool. Hold up that album cover again so people can see what they're buying. Hold up the album cover again. Hold up the record.
Yeah.
So people know when they go to look for this album, they see the
I do it. Yeah, here it is. Controlled Demolition, Paragon.
Put it over a little more. There we go.
Yeah,
Controlled Demolition, Paragon.
Don't get abuse from him. You tell him. A please would be nice, Wayne.
Just do what I say. It's my show. You're just my guest.
Buy it.
Buy
Make
that.
us rich and famous. So we can finally come over to the US and tour you.
Buy the digital version, buy the CD, buy the vinyl.
Yeah.
What are you saying, Greg?
I just said yes, buy it.
Thanks, Greg. Well, I really appreciate you coming on. I had a lot of fun. Thanks for the tour of your room there and the outside.
Yeah, sure, no problem.
Yep, and I really
did Pete show you also his rooms?
What's that?
Did Pete also show you his rooms?
No, I didn't even think about that. He took me a little trip, but he came back to the couch real quick.
Oh, okay.
I saw his guitars and stuff.
The thing is, his studio. He has no real studio in a way. It's only his working room. He's recording all the stuff. And yes, there's kind of a box there with a loudspeaker in it, and there's a microphone in it. That he plays. He records the guitars with that, and
Oh, really?
And yeah, my bass guitar I played directly into the computer, and he only may put some kind of plug-in on it, but it's thing, so no problems,
Yeah, that's kind of like what I'm doing. I have another band coming out, and my guitarist, he does all the guitars and he does the bass too, because it's only just me and him, and he's doing the same thing, plugging in and using the plugins. And, like we talk about these new bands, say, we do analog recording and we do this and that, and it's bullshit. So if the guy who's producing you can handle the stuff, it will sound great and it will sound, Exactly.
And so I don't have problems with that, and but because of Pete or studio can of course record drums, we went to Jörg Uken, the old Storm Warrior drummer. He just left them. The old drummer is back, and so he did a really good job, and he's a drummer himself. So I said, okay, if he's a drummer, he knows how to record drums and he knows how to edit them in a good way. So you can record drums, and just use the Beat Detective, and make everything just fine. But we don't like that, because it sounds.
It takes away the feel.
Then you can of course program the drums. That would be the consequence, But he took whole parts and just then looked at it and said, okay, they are not 100% on it, so I put it a little bit on the grid, and he did something like that. time, but it's still got this live drum feeling, and that's why I'm very satisfied with the recording, Yeah. Otherwise, hi to the US fans, maybe someday we come over. We would love to, Maybe there's
come to New York. There's plenty of places to play in New York, even though most of them closed down. But there's Gramercy and all these other places, which I was reading actually an older review. Boy, I thought we wouldn't be done, but you said a lot of places have been closing around you too, like a lot of the clubs and stuff.
Yeah, okay. Of course, there's still a lot of places to play here in Hamburg, but on the Reeperbahn, where it was used to be near the harbor, there was a place called Headbangers Ballroom, and it was a home of every metalhead, in Hamburg, that played bands, and then they made DJs played music there and stuff like that, and since that closed, everything is like scattered, some people hang out this place, some people hang out at that place, and so and the rents go up, in this kind of places. So, but it's getting better right now, to be honest. Again, there's one cool place in a little bit outside, not it's still Hamburg, and it's also easy to reach, but they have a small club and also a big club. It's called Bambi Galore. A friend of mine will do a true thrash fest there. It's from Japan, and she brought it to Hamburg now. Razor will play there, and Toxic and Blood Feast, and so very cool festival. And so it's getting better right now.
Yeah, well, that's good to hear. You need to have places for these bands to play.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, sure. And what is hard, we wanted to do a release show for the album, but in the end, to get a good place, to play, we have to pay for it, you have to pay the rent in a way, you have to pay GEMA, you have to pay for food and everything else, and so it happened. So it was really cool because a friend of ours asked us if we want to play at the festival. I said yes, of course, because it's one day after the release of the album, so it's our release right now. I don't have anything, so that's cool, of course.
Wow, well, so good that works out then.
Yeah.
Oh, we're going outside. We're going outside Greg's door now.
The dog's gotta pee.
Yeah, that was Greg.
Yep, she kept jumping on me. Oh yeah. Yeah, there you go. There's my street. Woo.
Wow.
No accents waiting to be happened on your street though. Pretty quiet.
No.
All right. Well, I really appreciate coming on.
Okay.
And, thank you very much. You want to hold the album up one more time? Because now we're done.
Yeah, sure.
Paragon, Controlled Demolition. Go buy that album.
Out on the 26th of April on Massacre Records. CD.
Yep. Go buy it. All right. Thank you very much. Thanks to everybody for watching. Thank you very much, Jan. Yeah, Jan.
Thank you, Jan.
Yeah. Short A, Jan.
Yeah, Jan. Yeah. It's a typical name here in Hamburg.
Yeah, I know. All right.
I think in the US it's also there are girls who are named Jan. That's right.
It's Jan in New York or
Jan.
in the US.
Yeah, okay.
So unfortunately,
it's a typical name for a guy, So yeah. Okay, guys.
All right. Thank you very much. Really
yeah.
All right. You too, and good luck on the release.
Yeah.
All right. See ya.
Yeah. Bye-bye.